and I'm your success coach and your transition specialist from soartosuccessnow.com. And today I want to share with you something interesting that happened to me while I was on a trip. I just took some vacation and I'm coming back rested, relaxed, and really zen. And something amazing happened to me during this vacation, and that's what I'd like to share with you today. So I'm sitting in this plane, and my seat was in the aisle row, and next to me were two seats, so it was a three-seater. And the couple next to me, I say hello, and I just sit down. As it happens, I look around, and the lady who was next to me by the window was having a panic attack. She was actually, by her own account, claustrophobic, and she was going through a big panic attack. So she turned out all red. She started feeling that she couldn't breathe. She started panicking. She was sweating. And she was saying, oh my God, I have to get up from this seat. I can't sit here anymore. She was asking her husband to do something. She doesn't know what she want to do. So I said, you know what? Would you like to be seated in the aisle seat? Maybe that will be better for you. Oh, thank you. Of course, no problem. So we exchanged seats, and I actually end up sitting in the middle. So she's on the aisle, and I'm in the middle. And then she's still very much panicking and having a hard time breathing. And I say, you know what? If you're open to that, I use some techniques that are from the energy psychology field. And if you're open, I could try something with you. Maybe it can ease some of your anxiety. And right away she says, oh, yes, please. I don't know about it a lot, but you know what? I'm a big reader and a big fan of The Secret. And my husband and I, we do a lot of exercises of The Secret at home. We do our gratitude on a daily basis. And I'm saying, wow, fantastic. I mean, we're on the same page here. So, of course, I'm going to do some EFT with you. EFT, for those who don't know what it is, stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. What EFT is about, it's about removing the emotional charge that is with a special event. So there might be some event in your life that has brought in an emotional charge. And as we know, even if we were kids or a very long time ago, our body remembers and captures the negative emotions. So, for instance, if you were bitten by a dog when you were 5, even if you're 25 or 35, when you're going to see a dog, you're going to have this reaction, this uneasiness. And sometimes it can go as far as being really, really scared. And this is because the dog has been identified to that bite or the fright that you had when you were a kid. And it's now like the picture of the dog in the back of your mind has a tag attached to it. And the tag says, beware, danger, flight, fright, and so on. So this is how it works, basically. And the EFT, what it does is that it's a point technique. So we tap on certain points. And what it does is that it realigns your energy. And by the end of exercise, by using some certain phrases and in a certain sequence, we are able to hopefully detach or break actually I should say break the link between the negative emotion and the event, so that you can always recount the event without feeling any emotion. It is extremely powerful. But I don't say all this to the lady next to me. I mean, there's no time to explain all that stuff. I just say, do you trust me? Are you willing to try something? And she just says, yes. And here we are. The plane is in what's the word? It's leaving the tarmac. And her emotions are getting stronger and stronger. Her panic is stronger. Her body's constricted. She's all tense. So it's about time I do something. So I don't explain anything of what I explained to you, and I just start tapping. So I look around and we have like 350 people around us. So there's no way I'm gonna start tapping the way I usually tap and put her in embarrassment and have people look at us. I mean, she doesn't need that extra stress. So basically, I decide to tap only on the hands, and we put our hands on our laps. But just for the video, I'm gonna show you here. But this is not how we did it. We just put it on the laps, so it was totally unequous and totally unraveling, if I could say so. So what I did is I told her, say after me, even though I feel panic, even though I feel claustrophobic, I totally and completely trust the process. And we did that for 3 times. Even though I completely panic, I totally and completely trust the process. And then I started tapping on the different fingers with all the elements that I could see on her, like I can't breathe, I'm panicking, I'm sweating, my chest is constricted, I can't breathe, I'm totally panicking, I don't want to be here, I'd rather be somewhere else, I know it could be better than that, I don't like it the way it is now. And then I started slowly moving on to more positive sentences like, I'm willing to try something else. I'm willing to get rid of this anxiety. I'm willing to get rid of claustrophobia. Anyway, so we do this for a few minutes. And then I ask her other questions, more personal questions, like what is this panic attack telling you? If it had to speak, what would it tell you? I also asked her, what was the first time you remember her first panic attack? And she told me stories about, actually when she was in the cruise, she was just coming back from a cruise, and she was just saying that in the dining room, she started having a panic in front of the whole dining room, tons of people, maybe 500 people around, and she and her husband just didn't know what to do. Anyway, so we tap along, and this whole tapping process lasts, I swear to God, less than 7 to 8 minutes. And all of a sudden, she's relaxed, her shoulders go down, her breathing starts going slower, her chest opens, she's smiling, she's relaxing, she looks at her husband and she laughs. And she says, can you believe this? I mean, not even 10 minutes, not even 8 minutes. And here I am. And then I say, do you remember what happened? She says, yeah, I remember, I panicked. And I said, do you have any of those panicky feelings? Do you have any short breath or heaviness or sweating or redness or heat? Or she says, no, I have nothing. And for the 4 hours that this flight lasted, the symptoms never ever came back. Not even when we landed. So she was amazed and she started thanking me, and I said, you don't need to thank me. I'm really happy I could do that for you. And it brought me to think that, hey, I love coaching. But I don't love coaching as a business. Of course, my coaching is a business, and I take it very seriously. And I take my clients very seriously. But beyond the business aspect, I realized that what I love really the most is the capacity to help people. You imagine when you're in transition, when you have a big life change situation, how many panic moments you will go through, whether it's because you're trying something new for the first time, or whether because you just don't know what to expect, or whether because you're not sure if you're up to the challenge, or whatever the reason is. There'll be moments where you will have panics or uncertainties or fears. And you imagine if in those moments you have someone next to you, helping you, view things from a different perspective, checking out different options, taking a step back. And just for because I could do that, feel so blessed, and I'm really counting my blessing. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know about this story. It was an amazing finale to an amazing trip. So here it is. Thank you for listening, and talk to you next time.